Good morning. Welcome back to the cult. Today we are talking to Yo Crypto Rock about his new project, Defi Sniperz. So, Yo, Crypto Rock,
What
tell us
is
about
going
yourself,
on?
sir.
Yeah,
Good morning,
so
sir.
good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, depending where you're at in the world. Thank you for being here. Yeah, most people know me originally. I started out as Yo Crypto Rock, and I shortened it up after a while and decided to go with just Yo Crypto Rock because I always found it odd that I would go in the group and my nickname somehow became Yo-Yo, which if someone called you a yo-yo on the street, I don't know if that would be a compliment or not. So I decided to shorten it up. My real name is Rock. That is my birth name. So most people who know me well or in my community just call me Rock. I still find it hilarious when people call me a yo-yo. Maybe people who don't believe in crypto think I'm a yo-yo, but I would definitely like to. Yeah.
Isn't the girl from Salt and Pepper named Yo Yo? I want to say that.
Yeah, maybe. I think so. Yeah.
I think
That's
so.
different though too. She's if she's making millions, she's like, I don't care what you call me. So
Yeah. You can call me if you guys want to call me Susan while giving me money. That's okay. You can call me whatever the hell you want. I don't. It doesn't
Yep.
really matter.
But
Go on.
yeah, I'm a you know, lots of people would refer to me as a YouTuber. I would love to say crypto influencer. It sounds a whole lot more fancy. But at the end of the day, I'm just a regular guy. I'm an investor. I'm passionate about crypto and I really been on the journey to, find as many different avenues and different ways to, grow my bag in the space and, help other people along the way by like spreading, the word about good projects and trying to educate people along the way and just basically show my crypto journey of what I've been doing. So, it kind of led me up to this point to where we're at right now with launching this like founders collection, which is kind of an idea that, without getting too ahead of myself, is that the true believers that followed me along for say on my YouTube channel or in my Telegram community can actually get involved and follow along, with what we're doing.
Hmm. Pretty cool. I like that you've been doing things slowly. I like that. Go on.
Yeah, you know, I'm a family guy. I have, beautiful family, two kids, both, I'd love to say doing better than me, which means, job accomplished there. They're doing their thing. Both went to college and, I was a chef my whole life. And then I decided at some point I wanted to get into construction. And both of
Hmm.
those careers definitely were grinding me down, not just physically, but mentally. And, I was always like one toe in with like the stock market, one toe in with crypto, back in like 2016, 17. And then really in around 2020, I had some time on my hands and I really started researching what was going on in the world of crypto.
Okay.
And I was just a guy like, I was on, the normal things, people get into crypto, they're like, oh, Coinbase or, things like that. Or what is it? Robinhood is like, I call Robinhood the gateway drug for stocks and crypto. And that's kind of how I got in. I got a little pamphlet in the mail, like a little mailer that said, get in and you can refer your friends and you can get a free stock. And that's kind of where the journey started. It was kind of hilarious. I got in, I got my brother-in-law in, I got my girlfriend's son in, and like we all were dibbling in, and it was amazing just with a little bit of research what it could do to really. I grew this little portfolio on there, and eventually I started realizing that it was very inefficient. Over there, it was like you couldn't get in and out when you wanted to. You were always leaving money on the table. And that's when the YouTube research really started to kick in. And I started, following some big YouTubers and, getting involved in some projects. And then boom, that's how I found out about DeFi. And that was just like, that was a roller coaster ride of, let's say the very first one I got into, which would have shook most people straight out of the game, was I lost money on the first thing I invested in, So I handled the first loss, and, that got me determined to figure out, I see all these other people doing well. How can I do well? So that kind of led me to, you know, it's so cliche. Everyone always says, do your research, don't invest more than you can afford to lose. All the basic, terms you hear over and over. But it's so true, though. It really is. You can mitigate a lot of your risk, and that's what I did, was by reading and educating yourself and asking questions and all things I told people a million times. You can mitigate a lot of your loss and a lot of your risk by just building up knowledge.
Yeah,
So
it goes back to that old G.I. Joe thing, and knowing is half the battle. It's so true. It's such a cliche, but it really is. I have a problem with reading myself. I'm super dyslexic, so YouTube is amazing because of that, because I don't have to necessarily read. But most of the time I end up reading plus using, a YouTube thing to supplement it. And usually that'll get through my sticks, it'll get through here.
I'm a serial speed reader, which means I'm just skimming to get as much, you know what I mean? I'm not
so jealous.
I'm just skimming over it because I don't want to read every single word. If you were to read every single word of every single white paper, of every single project you ever thought about investing in, you couldn't sleep. You'd have to do it 24/7. So yeah, YouTube is like, so that brings me to this too, not to divert too much, but YouTubers get a lot of crap. Let's just keep it what it is. A lot of these guys get a bad rap. Do some of them deserve it? Hey, possibly, but hey, I'm not the judge, jury, and executioner. I'm just here to say that YouTube is a positive tool if the creator or the person behind the channel is doing it for the right reasons, and that's not what this is all about. I'm not in, I don't want to, that's a whole nother AMA for a whole nother time. But like you said, most people enjoy having the YouTube available so they can listen to the basis of what the project is. And just based off of those videos, a lot of people will make the decision, well, hey, do I want to actually read the white paper now that I like little tidbits that I heard from the video? And that's all these videos are. They're not here to push people to get into a project. They're not here to force you to use my link or invest. It's just a little bit of information, a small commercial. If you're watching TV and a commercial pops up, you're like, hey, that might work for me. Well, the same thing with the YouTube video. It's a small commercial to see if you're more interested to do more research, basically. And if more people looked at it like that, I think as a tool instead of a bad thing, I think it could, people can learn a whole lot more.
Well said, sir. It's not financial advice should come from somebody that's a professional and all that. So, but there is a lot to be said about knowing something about what you're getting into on your own, So YouTube, awesome for all that. So tell me, what gave you the idea for this for DeFi Sniperz, and what was the catalyst, rather?
For the project, or originally starting the community?
For the project.
So for the project. So I've always, since day one, I've always been trying to focus on because it goes hand in hand with the community, and that's why I asked you which one. So I had spent a lot of time. The DeFi Sniperz started out as like an invite-only kind of group, and basically the original 11 guys, then it grew to 16, then we grew to 100, and that was all private invite only. And my biggest thing is these guys were, people I've talked to, knew, we were investing in projects together. We were spreading knowledge and information. We were hunting down whitelist spots together because we all know during the bull market, these whitelist spots were like gold. It was almost guaranteed money that if you got in these whitelist spots, you were going to make money. And we were focused on, basically growing our bags. And we were doing it as a community and doing it together using, as we said before, no one person can research every project alone. But when you have 50 or 100 people doing it as a collective, it made it a whole lot easier. And that was when the idea was born. I would get in a project, people would kind of ape in on my referral link, and I was always trying to give back the referral rewards. I was always trying to give back the referrals. I was always trying to give back to the community, run games and different giveaways. But somehow, some way, once the group went public, it always turned into me giving away. Like the community members never wanted to take from me. They were like hesitant to like, well, I don't really want to win. That's not what I got into the project for. That's not what I'm in your community for. And it always seemed that I was given away to people that would just come for a day or come for the giveaway, win the giveaway, and never be active or in the community ever again. And I get it. It's a giveaway. Anyone could win. That's what makes it fair. But my whole basis on was giving back to the people that were following the journey, supporting the journey. We're adding to the community like education and projects and things we can all do together. But yet it was just some random person I've never seen before that was figuring out how to game the system and win the giveaways. I call them professional giveaway winners. They're literally hunting down these giveaways and they're making a career out of it. The project was like a way that if you believed in my vision and what I'm doing, as a content creator, educator, spreading knowledge as an influencer, if you like the projects that I'm putting out there and showing people, then hey, this is my way of giving back to actual investors, not just someone that wants to come for a day and hang out, win the prize, and never be seen again. Maybe it sounds crazy, maybe it don't, but like it happens to me all the time.
I could have gone in that same rant, sir.
But yeah, because I found out the hard way that like I'd always want to give away like BUSD or USDC. I'm always giving away something, and I'm like, this is a way to grow the community. Give away some money today, and then it grew for that 24 hours while the contest was going. But then after that, it was back to the original amount of people that were here from the start. So this is a way for me to, give back to the actual community, of people that actually invested time and energy into growing the DeFi Sniperz.
I like it. Can you share the link to the website in the room for us? Actually, I don't think you can, but let me change that real quick. So, tell me the basics of the project.
Yes, sir. Let me just get that link in here real quick.
Actually,
can I put it? Want me to send it to you?
Yeah, because I'm not fast enough. I didn't make you admin.
That's okay. There you go. I sent it to you. So
all right, there it is.
All right, so ask me again. What was the question? I was a little distracted.
Oh, it's okay. Let me pull up the website and I'll do it from there. I'm also sharing the white paper in the room for you guys.
Great.
Do take a look. If you could walk me through the DApp, that would be amazing. Is it live yet?
It is not, but it will be on the DApp. It'll just be a simple page. It'll have like the DeFi Sniperz like theme. As you can see, we're kind of trying to follow that theme. One of the most important things with the vision is people get it wrong when they think sniper, they think military, or they're thinking violence. And, I don't condone any of that stuff. The term sniper was just more you hear people talk about sniping coins, sniping contracts, sniping projects. It was more just a fun term along those lines. So without making it too serious based around like just guns and all those kinds of things, we kind of try to make it a little light and funny as well. So as you see, my PFP is literally a guy holding a pink blow dryer. So, we wanted to take some of that aspect out of there as well. I don't know if you can play that little video that I have loaded in there. That's kind of like a little preview of the snipers. And if I don't know if people can hear the volume or not, but if not,
Let's see.
Check it out. That's the DeFi Sniperz project theme song, which is pretty cool. I want to give a shout out to Ricky True. He is a amazing music producer out on the West Coast, based in California himself, and he produced something really awesome for the project.
Can you guys hear?
I can't, but that's even if they can't hear it through you, they can just check it out on the website. It's pretty cool.
I'm sharing my sound.
I don't know. Maybe I always find the same problem because it might be going through your headphones and they might not be coming through the.
Fair. It is pretty cool though. You guys can go.
They're just small little details that I thought were really cool to add to a project. Just, I'm always trying to do things outside the box, things that other people aren't doing. And I really don't see too many, theme songs. You might hear it on like a, intro or an outro to a video or something like that, but not necessarily in like a little hype video for the project. So I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I like the extra oomph. I think that's, extra work. I like it. Let's see. Is the DApp that you have on there, it's just a placeholder? No, it's not there yet.
Yeah, right now I haven't launched that actually because we're still about a week away from launch. And I'm just really making sure that nothing bothers me more than when you put out stuff that's not completed or, things that aren't properly done to the point. So everything that I have out right now, which is the landing page that basically links you to the, Git book, which is the white paper, they're all complete. Everything and everything about the team, our mission, what our vibe is, and, the rules of what's going on and things like that are all listed there. But we can go over it all here.
Yes,
I also have somebody
please,
from the team here too.
Okay, cool. Introduce him. Tell us about him and what he does with you guys.
Cool. So there's a couple guys here that are on the team, but one of my advisors that's here that's available to definitely speak is a awesome gentleman named Corby. His tag is also the DeFi Goon. He is he's my advisor. He's been in the project with me for a long time. This is something that's been like very long in the making. I do have a nice sized team. I think there's 6 of us right now. And I know a lot of guys are working and doing other things, but right now Corby's here. I also see, let's see who else is in the group right now. So Crypto Crazy is here. He's an amazing guy. Cryptobes is here. He's a part of the team. Amazing guy. Elijah Bailey. He is the basically the guy that produces all the graphics, the UI art. He helped design and build the website. So everyone has a role on the team. Everyone brings something different. That's the best part about having a team is everyone's bringing something different to the table. I don't know if Corby can come up and introduce himself, but that would be great.
Yeah, the graphics are top notch. I do like that quite.
Also, I'd like to say that the art for the NFTs were created by this awesome guy, also in California, who's like a huge, like he produces commercials and he's a music producer and he does a lot of things, this guy, but he drew the NFT collection. He goes by Neil Frickin' Diamond Hands. Awesome guy, OG NFT artist. You know, the collection couldn't have turned out any better. It's absolutely amazing.
We'll talk about the rarities and all that.
Yeah. And
Everybody's unmuted. They can just unmute themselves and speak if they want to say something. If not, I'll go on with my questions.
Rock.
welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on today?
Just hanging out, getting ready to roll on this. So,
Who are we? And tell us about yourself, sir.
I am Corby, also the DeFi Goon. So, yeah, I'm one of the team members from the project. Yeah, we've all been working on this for going on. I know it's been a brainchild of kind of all of us for the past year, but really in the past 3 months, kind of all came together and decided to sit down, grind out a plan to come up with this concept for this project. And really sit down and start producing. We got the NFT collection made and started dialing in the whole ecosystem of everything we're trying to work on. So it's a lot of work and hours that have gone into it that we're really excited to get now right on the verge of launching this project. So my background is mostly traditional investing and crypto investing. Also, a lot of DeFi has kind of how we all met each other eventually. So that's the brief version of me.
Awesome. So what, actually, you've answered that already. Never mind. So tell us about the collection itself. Tell us about the supply, rarities, and all that good stuff.
So it's a really limited 200-piece collection. And the idea behind that is I really want this to be, of course, this is a full ecosystem, but this is just step one of that ecosystem. So keeping it really limited, just the 200 pieces, because this is really about, it's not about, dragging this, mint on for really long term. It was more about just supplying these NFTs to people that were like really believers, people that's been around me for a long time. Of course, I'm sure there's new people that are going to hear about and say, hey, great, I want to get in. This is one of those things that whether you met me a year ago, 2 years ago, or today, if you believe in the vision of this project, I wanted it just to be a limited select handful of, 200 NFTs to be able to take part. As far as the rarity goes, that's all, we do have rarity. There is lots of cool ones. The Austin Powers features are considered the most rare. When I described what I wanted to the NFT artist, I said, envision 007 with like this international man of mystery, Austin Powers, Steven Seagal vibe meets Chuck Norris. Yeah. Because again, I didn't want it to be like dudes in like military outfits holding like rifles. I wanted it to give it that fun, vibe. If anybody's ever been in the DeFi Sniperz group, you see that we're in there not just talking about crypto, but guys will post what they have for breakfast or what they did this weekend, and it's really a community family kind of vibe. There's all kinds of different stuff going on, so I wanted to keep it funny at the same time as it's something that can just express like people's personality. I think it's really cool. It's just something different, and I think bringing back like lots of people remember like these characters. I think they'll bring like that vibe of old school back a little bit.
And these are being minted on where?
So we'll have a minting DApp live on launch day where you'll be able to mint them. It'll be that button that's on the landing page where it says like I think it says like coming soon, or there's another button down by the collection that says mint actually on the landing page. So on launch day, you'll be able to go there, click that mint button or that coming soon button, and that'll take you over to the actual minting DApp. Something that's in the roadmap for down the road, it won't be ready at launch, but right after launch, we will also have our own NFT marketplace that if people so choose to mint one and they want to, maybe sell it or whatever it may be in the future, there'll be a dedicated marketplace that people can also post them. If they want to sell one, try to get a different looking one, whatever the case may be, we will have that available in the future too. So that'd be pretty cool.
So what is the aim for, what's your, the pre-sale? What are you aiming to raise rather?
So the cost of the NFTs vary a little bit. We are offering 50 whitelist spots, and that will cost 350 USDC per, and you're only allowed to mint one with the whitelist, so you will be limited. At public launch, which will be held 24 hours later, you will be allowed to mint as many as you want. It's unlimited, and it will be 400 USDC per NFT. At completion of this mint total at the end, it will raise $77,500.
Okay. And what's the plan for that? I see that your entire plan is to invest in other places. Why don't we segue into that?
So I'll give a little peek into it, and then I'll have Corby jump in as well on it. So some of the aspects that I think that are really important is any portfolio needs to be diverse in different strategies, and one being low risk, medium risk, and high risk. So as far as, some of the lower risk, things that we'll be going into, we'll be doing some LP pairs, even some possibly stable pairs, as well as some trading bots with different strategies. As far as some higher risk, we will definitely be looking into either two ways of investing into other DeFi projects, and that would either be investing in ones that are already solid, that have a great track record, or investing in brand new ones that are just at the idea stage, where we will kind of be running that project from like the word go, whether it's we run it from, marketing, development of the project and so forth, as to where a part of that revenue will be coming back into the project. So they're just some of the ways. One of the other ways, before I turn it over to Corby, and this is more off of like my work and what I do, but I do AMAs as well in my group. I do videos, as everyone knows. I do other different things. We have lots of, different streams of revenue coming into the community. I am going to use a percentage of that, let's say AMA funds, video funds, like different things, and I will be taking a portion of the AMA money that comes into the community, and I will be doing like weekly or monthly injections, depending on, of course, how much content, people that come into the community, are bringing in. So I'll also be injecting some of the money from my own work back into the project to keep it, in a net positive state, so we can really grow this dividends pool.
Interesting. And each holder will get 0.5, irrespective of which level they minted at.
Right. So everyone will
You're breaking up a bit there.
Everyone will be considered at 400 USDC, whether it was whitelist or not. So they will get 0.5%. So if you look at the pool and there's 100% total of it, there's 200 people. That gives them a 0.5% share of that monthly dividends pool that will be the payout pool, which we will be doing injections into that pool so that at the end of the 30-day countdown timer, everyone can claim from that pool.
Okay, so this is something that'll be claimable, not airdropped.
That is correct. And I thought that gave it more like, a cool vibe. I'm in other projects that I get airdrop from, and sometimes if, you're not exactly know what's going on or you're not active for a couple of days, like some people, you might not even know you got the airdrop. You might have missed it. You're not even sure what it was. This way you can physically see your number on the screen. You have to take an action. And, that's about as passive income as it can get. To only have to log in one time a month to claim your rewards. But I would definitely like Corby to come up and explain a little bit more about the investment strategy. That's kind of like, that's one of his main focuses of being a part of the project is, we've done a lot of trading and bots and different things together since we've known each other and been testing a lot of strategies and spent many, many hours working on exactly how we're going to get to a point where we can grow this dividend to pay people out on a monthly basis. So I'd love for him to elaborate some more.
Please do.
Thanks again. Yeah, so I kind of where we came up with this whole concept is as we know in DeFi, there's a lot of really great projects that have a great concept, but for some reason or another, they fail. So really what we're trying to do with our investment pool is we want to maintain monthly net positive growth so that at the end of every month, when we're feeding that dividend pool, we're able to do a little bit more every month, but at the same time, we're still growing the investment pool itself. So over time, the monthly dividend grows for everyone else who holds the NFT. So that's a really key part of what we're trying to do with this project.
Okay. So tell me about the investment strategies. Like, can you be any more specific as far as what you're going to target and so on?
So basically what we're doing, as Rocco touched on, we're looking at doing trading bots, LP pools, staking, and then the possibility of other DeFi projects if the opportunity arises. But if we're going to talk about our strategy in general, we're basically setting up the portfolio as you should in a traditional sense, where you have so much money in higher risk, and then the bulk of your money remains in lower risk assets. So our long-term goal with this portfolio is that as we're gaining profits, say off of a medium risk or higher risk, we're sending profits to the dividend pool, but at the same time, we're also reinvesting in our lower risk assets that are going to steadily grow the portfolio over time. So the long-term vision is kind of the sense in a traditional stock market of someone building a dividend portfolio. You start out small and every month you just keep adding back in, because then over time, those stable dividends is what's going to create you long-lasting, sustainable passive income.
Fair. Can you tell me about the trading bots? Are these going to be managed? Can you elaborate more on them?
Yes. So
does it compare to anything else that is on the market that we might know about?
So what we're going to be using is just your traditional grid bots, and then like leveraged directional grid bots. And then we'll also be looking into doing a little bit of DCA bots. And at a certain point, we'll also be using the general term is for people to be aware with, if they're on KuCoin, the bot would be Infinity Bot, or on Pinex, I think it's a Moon Bot, but it gives the ability to keep going up over time, because we're kind of at that point in the market where this is a really amazing time and opportunity to start building a long-term portfolio off of even traditional tokens and all these other assets that we know, where we don't have to go out and chase these new things. we can just slowly build up a bag of the things that we know are already going to go up, say 500 to 1,000% in the next bull run.
I like that. So let's stick with the bots a little bit more. Are these going to be automated things, or is part of your team going to be dedicated to doing these things like a daily basis? I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work.
Yeah. So part of the team, we're watching over them at all times. At this point, we have no plans to use any necessarily AI trading, because they're really good in certain directions of markets, but I've yet to see a bot that someone has created that does well in all circumstances. As we've seen with so many other bot trading projects, they do amazing for 2-3 months, and then the market makes some sudden shift, and then you see the bot just get completely wrecked. So part of what we're doing is we're just every day monitoring these bots, monitoring market directions, whether that be adjusting stop losses, de-risking out of a position, and also looking at the other macro things that are going on in the traditional markets as well too, that can lead to adverse reactions with these bots as well.
Fair. Okay. Are you going to keep, you mentioned KuCoin. Are you going to use some of these funds in centralized places, or are you going to keep it in DeFi?
So some of the bots will be used in like an API through a KuCoin or these traditional sexes to run the grid bots and whatnot.
Okay, so they won't necessarily those funds won't necessarily still be in your control. Those
Correct.
funds will be in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And
something that I did want to add to it, though, is that's really important, is our whole thing is you want to mitigate as much of the risk as you possibly can. And, this is something that I do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like, this is my passion. This is what I do. I've left my, regular 9 to 5 to follow this, DeFi journey. And, I'll be here, constantly monitoring everything, like we said, whether it's on a macro or it's on a minute-to-minute or hourly basis. So that's something that's really important. This is not just something we're going to just set it and forget it and, not monitor it. It's something that we will monitor. And something really important also to note is that we're not going to just go in just one platform. Like you had said, KuCoin, for instance. Even if we did invest on, let's say, KuCoin or on another, on another DEX or SEX, we're not going to go all in on just one bot in one place that can literally be a disaster. Ways to really get around that is have maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 bots on multiple platforms that if, something does go sideways, it's very minimal and you can literally, stop it before it becomes a disaster. People, I think, go all in, have one bot. Like we said, Corby said about AI trading, is it only takes one wrong directional change and, you can wipe out, months and months of profits and literally in 1 second. By being in multiple bots and constantly monitoring them, I think that's going to take a lot of the risk out of it. And it's something that we've already been working on for, months in our personal portfolios and monitoring together and sharing notes and ideas together on a daily basis.
Wonderful. I like it. Who's going to be in control of moving those funds back and forth? How are you going to, I'm only asking because,
Of course, people want to know that their funds are safe.
I don't mean to pick on Cairo or anything, but they had a silly little thing where they said that one of their newest team members had the keys and pulled the liquidity.
So I will be in control of the funds, but Corby will also be able to, access and control, the bots so that, two eyes on it are better than one. So
Right.
we will both be able to control and manage the bots, but majority of the funds, when they come in, they will be going into a wallet that I only myself have the keys for until I distribute the funds other places for investments. Then yes, other people on the team will have access to control any issues that we have on the bots. But as far as the LP pools and things like that, I will have the keys to majority of those investments myself, and will be, doing everything in my power to keep it safe, keep the security. I have devices that I don't do anything else on. They're literally just for crypto. I don't open up files. I'm not surfing the internet. I'm not, I'm not watching Pornhub and things like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's literally dedicated to just crypto investing, so that, I think that's really important.
Yeah, I have a similar setup. I use a Mac, and then I have my PC over here, and I can switch one of the monitors to it when I need it. Blah blah blah. I'm pretty anal about stuff like that.
Yeah, me too, man. And it's one of the reasons that I've managed to, stay pretty safe. I've seen, fingers crossed, knock on wood, but yeah, definitely. I only do, like I said, I do everything that's crypto related just off of one device. So that definitely is a way to stay safe. But yeah, like I said, a lot of it is this. So when you really think about it, like let's say a new investor or someone that's been in the game a long time, one of the hardest things about making money in DeFi and crypto is being diversified. And it gets to a point, like, if this might not pertain to someone, let's say you have $200,000 in crypto, you can diversify to the cows come home if you have $100,000 to play with. But for someone who literally just has, let's say, $500 or a few thousand, you get to that point where diversification becomes more like just over watered down, and you're paying more gas and more time and more fees, compounding here and claiming there, and just, spending a lot of time just to make a few dollars here and a few dollars there. The real idea behind the whole project, what really breaking it down is you'll be able to get into something that's well diversified, that's not watered down enough in each of the investment, individual investments, that they are turning profits. You're not paying the gas fees, you're not paying the conversion rates, the slippages. Any of those fees will not really be affecting you, on a daily basis, to where if you have $100 invested here, 50 there, 20 there, 100 there, all that time, gas fees, and slippages of all transferring funds around really add up for people, especially when they're just getting started, when they have a smaller portfolio. This will allow people to, be invested into, almost like, and I hate to say it because it's not crypto related, but like an S&P 500 style idea, where we might not be in 500 things, but let's say, we're in 15. Most people, it's too hard for them to be diversified into 15 projects with a smaller portfolio in the beginning. So this gives the advantage of that.
And never mind attention span to keep track and updated and all that stuff. I find that stuff so. I find that so challenging for me. I don't mean to like complain, but especially my ADHD is like on something else. So having to go to every room, 15 different rooms, read the pin messages, blah blah blah. It's something that I have to like work at assiduously. I have to, I have to force myself to do it, and it would be cool to find. Basically, you're setting yourself up as a hedge fund, so to speak, which is
that
cool.
is definitely the idea for sure, without breaking any laws. And this is not financial advice.
Let's segue into that. Since you brought that up, what do you think about the current climate? The current climate in the crypto market, what the government's been doing, especially in the U.S., and what, if anything, have you done or will do to mitigate, God forbid they come after your project personally?
Yeah, that's something to really consider. As of right now, I don't feel like it's high risk. This is something that's just small. Again, it's only a 200-piece collection, but we do have a full ecosystem planned out, and not things that are just ideas and dreams. These are actually things that are being made, already made. Lots of people always talk about, what's the word, like, collaborations that they're dreaming of doing. Majority of the things that we have are already in place. Deals are already made. Hands are shaking. We're just dotting the I's and crossing the T's to bring out the whole ecosystem. So,
you want to give me some
there,
spoilers?
no, but we definitely will drop them here first, guys. We won't forget you. I'll give you a little bit, but I don't want to get ahead of the question, though. So there is always a chance, because the United States has been really crazy as of late. What I'm prepared to do, though, is I'm so passionate about DeFi that literally, if this ever becomes a problem, I have no problem uprooting myself and my laptop and jumping on an airplane and going anywhere in the world to keep this alive, to keep my passion going. I don't feel the need that I'm stuck in one place. That's the whole beauty of why I got into this to begin with. I wanted to have that freedom, and crypto and DeFi gives me that freedom. So if need be, I have no problem. Maybe Puerto Rico's a hot spot right now to open up LLCs for crypto. Costa Rica is an amazing place. I know you can go to the Philippines and Thailand and all kind of other amazing places and get this done.
I know a couple people doing things in Venezuela and Costa Rica, and Mad Felly from Sidekick and Jumpstart. He's out in Puerto Rico.
Yep, I know them guys as well. So yeah, definitely not scared to make the jump to make this come true, man. So, but that's my main plan on that. If I need to be, I'm willing to, further down the road to look into to obtaining a legal team as, maybe we build up some funds and, as time goes on, maybe bring on a legal team in the future if this thing really blows up and, shoots past the moon. So
I like that. Okay.
It's something else I could do. I don't know if they're available. I know we're getting we're about 40, 50 minutes in. I don't know if they're available, but I'd love to give a shout out to the rest of the team. Elijah Bailey, if you're available, man, I'd love to have you come up and just say hello. He's an amazing artist, graphic designer, musician, music producer. He's done a lot of big things. He's responsible for a lot of amazing artwork for some big projects, and it's a pleasure to have him on the team.
Hello, guys. Hello, I'm here. Yes, I'm listening, and thank you for the presentation. Yes, I'm very excited to be part of this team and to be this NFTs live. So yes, I'm enjoying everything. And right now I'm creating some graphics while I'm listening to you. So yes, man, I'm really enjoying the part of everything.
How long have you been a graphic designer, my friend?
Well, not so long. I'm like a content creator, so I'm a musician. I create some videos. Normally, I work as a video editor. So, as I am working in DeFi space, like in some projects, and I start to use these skills to help projects, and people are enjoying. So I create some stickers, I create some graphics and some now websites. So I have a lot of different experience like in internet and creating content. So now in crypto, I'm helping to create a lot of different things and giving my experience to these teams. But I'm not like a only a graphic designer or some kind of specialist of that. In the university, I did the music. I'm a musician, so I did music in university. I did master degree in music. So my first job is really to be a musician, but I like to make soundtracks, and then I start to work as a music production, and then I start to go to movies and animation, and then Photoshop, and then at the end I work as a content creator, and I try to do everything,
Beautiful. You sound like a much more effective version of me.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so tell us, what inspiration did you get for the? I'm curious how you came up with the design. What were you thinking about? If that makes sense.
Well, it depends. I'm using a lot of this artificial intelligence, so I like to use this to help me. But to Defi Sniperz, we are creating some neon, some green, some blue. We have these NFTs that they are very interesting, and we have this sniper guy, but we are not focused on the war kind of subject, also not guns. So we are doing research, but I think we are coming to ready to something, But we are open, so I think we are still discovering, but we have some colors that we choose. We have some kind of graphics. This guy on the Defi Sniperz is a kind of our avatar, is inspired by a team member. So we have some ideas, and we are just like trying, experimenting. So I think
I like it. Okay. So, why did you guys? I'm curious. I'm assuming you're launching on BSC. Why not through OpenSea or one of the established markets? I'm curious if that is because of part of your plans later on, or I'm curious why that choice.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it just like I said. This is just in the future. I plan on doing more things, but for now, again, it's just like I said, it's just 200-piece collection. I almost want to keep this, if this is the right way to phrase it, one of the best kept secrets in DeFi. There's not a whole lot of spaces open. I'm expecting them to go rather fast. And, I do have a great community of people that are always there, always support me. We're not doing a huge big marketing campaign at this point, because it's just, again, like I said, it's really for people that believe like in the vision of what we've done. Our community's just over 1,100 people. I think I just broke 2,700 subscribers on YouTube. I'm friends with a lot of influencers and things like that, like guys on YouTube, and they're probably gonna make some videos, and that would be great. But again, really the big next push to getting the word out there and maybe coming out on OpenSea and different things like that is, when we launch the community token. There is some, legal ramifications why I veered away from calling it a DAO token. Again, back to what we brought up about being in the States. So we will have all the same features of a DAO token, but it will be based on more of what we call community token. There still will be voting involved. There still will be benefits to that. So once the ecosystem grows and blossoms, we'll reach out to new spaces, like where people can see us more out in the open, whether it's, Pancake Swap, or let's say Cookie Sale, or these bigger platforms like you're saying, OpenSea. But for now, we kind of wanted to keep it like a almost like quiet, is, we want the hype, but like I said, the best way to describe it is we want to keep it as the best kept secret. I want more people to hear about the NFT after they're sold out than before they sell out, if that makes sense.
It does. So, your plan as of right now is to only have these be like a one edition, one run, single run only.
So yeah, these 200 are just limited. That's it. There'll never be another Founders collection. Will there be another NFT collection in the future? Yes, because we plan on adding accessories and ways for people to get a bigger investment into the project. But that's not till like way down the road. That's not even, we don't have the accessories planned out, but we just want to keep the idea open that, there could possibly be accessories coming in the future to, grow this, this Founders collection, but it will not be, anything.
Oh, I see what you mean by accessories. Like, I see.
Yeah. So,
I see.
yeah, we in the future. So the one other thing, and I will give you a little drop on some info, is that another, people are always looking for what else do these NFTs do besides, just being an NFT. So one, it will pay you out a monthly dividend. Two, it will also give you other options as far as like this community token. We will take 10% of the supply of this community token, and we will airdrop 10% of the supply to all of the NFT holders, to all the Founders holders of that NFT. So that's also an added benefit to bringing in the Founders into the fold of everything that's going to be happening in the ecosystem. The token will also have its own, let's say, real use case or real world money coming into the token. And we will be launching a off-ramp solution for people to be off-ramp their crypto. And the percentage of that fee that comes through the off-ramp solution will go into three things. It'll go into, of course, future development. It will go into LP strengthening to build the LP. And it will also go into a wallet that will execute strategic buybacks and burns. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself, but that's a little information that's what's coming, and what's so special about the project is we have these things already in place that are going to come out. Lots of people launch projects and they, like we said before, partnerships, collaborations, big things coming that never come. This is already in the works. It's already planned out. It's all laid out in steps, and it's already being built. So these are all things that will be coming very soon.
Any partnerships you can tell us about?
Any right now, I don't want to drop any because it's basically one thing that I could say for sure is Pugsy Malone. Shout out to them, amazing project. They are a poker playing platform. We will have a DeFi Sniperz monthly. It'll start out monthly, and then if we have the demand for it, it could turn into weekly poker tournaments or monthly poker tournaments, which a percentage of the rake from the tournaments will come back into, whether it be strengthening the investment pool for the Founders or a portion of it going back into the token as well to strengthen the price. So that is also another partnership that we have that's been discussed. And when it launches, which is very soon, we will have our own branded DeFi Sniperz poker tournament room.
Very cool. I moved to Nevada when I was really young, early teens, and I made this my personality. I get addicted to stuff, so I decided to not learn how to play any casino games, poker, and all that stuff. And now I'm old, and I still don't know how to play it, and I still don't want to know how to play it.
Yeah, I am by far not a poker whiz at all. My money will just be a donation.
Yeah, I don't even know the rules because, like I said, I've been around casinos and all that stuff for over 20 years, and I know I get addicted to stuff, so I try to control what I get addicted to, and I just didn't want to mess with that at all, so I just didn't, and it's worked out fairly well for me. I still have most of my money. It's the ones that the ex-wife didn't take.
That's it. That's why you got to have it all in crypto.
So tell me about audits.
So for people that don't already know, I don't know what the proper word, maybe sponsored by. I am sponsored by the stamp. I do make weekly reviews, and I joke around and I call them the weekly review of the audits. I don't really know what to call it yet. It's an episode that's evolving over time. So I basically go over all the projects that are launched for that week, and I give my, the facts, and then I give my 2 cents about the audit. So I will have an audit from them on the project, but I just don't know how much sense it'll make. But just so that they could state the facts, it's in black and white from a outside source that, because we do have access for the fund. So of course we're going to have that big red dot on the screen that says they have access to the funds, and that may or may not be a huge turnoff to some investors. The score will probably take a big hit for that. But as far as other things go, I always tell people this, and it's easy to say and toot my own horn, but I'll say it from another standpoint. I don't invest in projects all the time. I invest in people behind the projects. And like one that comes to mind for me in particular right now is, Wolf Capital. I know the guys behind that project. We went strong. The DeFi Sniperz community went strong. We went in there. We built the biggest team, and I invested in them. I didn't necessarily invest in, the UI. I didn't invest in the sexy 2% daily. I invested in the guys behind it. Same thing I did in Fortune Hunters. I went in Fortune Hunters not because I wanted to make 2% a day or 1% a day. I went in because I know Craig, I know Nelson, I know Lucio, I know a lot of them guys, Darkside, the whole team over there. I invested in them, not necessarily, the project is one piece. So that's my only thing. If you know me or you want to get to know me, I'm always available in the community. And, again, this goes on what I said before, why it's only 200 pieces. If there was 10,000 pieces in the collection, are there 10,000 people in crypto that know me and trust me? Probably not. Are there 200 people in DeFi that know me, see me, followed me on my journey, been around me long enough to know that they're investing in me, my dreams, my passions, my goals, and my vision and my mission? That's something that's doable. So I set a realistic number, which in my mind was 200, and we kind of just rocked with that. So again, there will be an audit. I'm not exactly sure what it's going to say. I can't guarantee what the score is going to be, but I will do it for 2 reasons, just to show that it's safe and it will have the actual facts, not just from my mouth, but from a third party, basically.
Oh, okay. I like it.
And that's an honest answer. I'd love to get a 90 on the stamp or whatever it may be. But the realistic view of it is, because I read their audits on a regular basis, is, I'm ready for what the score is, no matter what it is, because the score don't always dictate, the entire project. That's where your research needs to come in, and you need to know about more than just what, the audit says. So we'll take it from there. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there will be an audit, and I'll be getting that completed hopefully this week for launch next week. I don't have an exact date yet. When I do, I'll definitely send it over to you to, let everyone know. I am hoping for a Monday or Tuesday launch, but I don't want to promise a specific date because nothing's worse than shooting yourself in the foot. Yes, I'm hoping to launch the beginning of next week.
So that would be the 27th for me.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's like the 27th or the 28th. It's not 100% firm. This is actually the first day that I'm actually even saying a time and date. But that's my goal, and that's what I'm shooting for. I should know by the end of this week 100%. We're on the test net. We've minted a bunch of NFTs already. Everything's working smooth. It's just time to button up the last few things now and get the audit.
Nice. Okay. Can you send me a link to George's room real quick too, please? That way I can post it for these guys. I keep meaning to go talking to them too. Can you hear me?
I can. I'm actually getting over there now to send you.
I'm very disorganized today. I don't know why. I'm lying. I'm disorganized every day.
I'm having a blast, man. I'm so glad that we did this. This is literally this is one of the most fun AMAs I've ever had the pleasure of doing. And it's really awesome that, you know, first off, you're a great guy. I love what we're doing. I love the pace of this. This is great. And it's weird because I'm usually on your end of the table a lot of times. I do AMAs and bring people into the community as well. So it's really cool to be on the other side of the table today, and it's a lot of fun. And I think a lot of it has to do with I'm just so excited about the project that, you know, it's a dream. It's a passion. It's something that's been in the works for a year, and being here talking to you about it today is making it a reality. You know, the dream's over. It's on the internet. It's ready to go. Everything's, here.
I get that. I think I'd be terrified to be on the other side.
Ooh, yeah, I was a little nervous, and it's weird because I do videos and I've done AMAs before, and every Thursday night I do a roundtable on Twitter. So I do all these things, and I've been on other shows. I've been on the Rad Dad podcast, and I've done, other AMAs, and I've even, helped other projects where I just was the host for them, even if I wasn't a part of it. But before we get too deep, and I don't want to get off the rails, there is a couple more guys. I want to introduce someone that's a dear friend to me who's been on the part of the team for a long time, and he goes by, let me see if he's on. I'm pretty sure he is. I want to see if Cryptobes can come up, say hello, introduce himself to the community. He's an amazing writer. He helped put this white paper together, really break down all the information. He writes Medium articles. He's also written white papers for other projects. And, I'm proud to have him on the team as, part of Team Sniper. So if he's listening, feel free. I'd love for you to say hello.
Yeah, Rock, I'm here. Hey, everybody. How's it going? This is Cryptobes.
How's it going, my friend? So
good.
The floor is yours.
Yeah. So I got involved with Crypto Rock and a lot of the people through some other projects in the past. And we just really connected. I liked what he was doing with his YouTube channel and also the sort of the environment of the DeFi Sniperz. It was educational, but it was also very positive. So, I just kind of started working with them a lot. I've been writing for different day jobs for a very long time, but Crypto Rock was one of the first people to kind of encourage me to explore how I do with writing articles or white papers or things of that nature for crypto projects. And, it's very different writing an article versus a white paper. One's got to be very factual, one's very emotional, but both are a lot of fun. So that's kind of what I try to do to help out with the team. We're also, interconnected with a couple of other projects out there that already have their time in the spotlight, and I've worked with them as well. So it's just kind of fun watching what he does on his videos and how everyone interacts in the group. And I just feel very fortunate to be on this team.
Wonderful, wonderful. Is this the first project that you guys have worked on before together as a
No.
collective? Or okay, tell me more.
So I mean, just like everyone, we all cut our teeth on different projects under different people with various degrees of success. I know that Crypto Rock started a long time ago as a mod. I did as well. Both really hardworking. And then as we grew in different environments, our skill sets became kind of unique. And we eventually kind of drifted more towards a certain type of developer. I won't use any names on the good or bad because I don't want to upset anyone, but we've all seen the different quality of crypto project developers. There are those that genuinely care about giving something good to their community members and a good experience and being very clear-cut and simplistic and precise in their approach to make it less daunting for new investors to come in. And they care about evolving what crypto is in the projects. Whether you look, years ago at the pump and dump coins and then sort of the miner craze and then the NFTs and then applicability. And now we're moving towards an era of so many projects, to include ours, looking at external revenue systems to bring in additional money. So that way, the project can continue to survive and doesn't just die out. And we were both everyone on the team was kind of more attracted to people that were looking at evolving crypto into something better, something a little more legitimate that people could feel safer getting involved. I mean, it is an investment. No investment is 100% safe, but you want to work towards that piece where you are thought of at the regular family dinner table as the same type of safer investment as, a common person would see a savings account at a bank or something of that nature. Like, you want to be in that kind of realm. And that's what we're doing, is legitimizing sort of the crypto community. And we got together, we do a lot of exchanging of notes in different teams, like, hey, I wish they would have kind of considered this. And it was always through sort of the framing of what does the investor want, not necessarily what's best for the dev. And I would say that one of the reasons why, I was like absolutely jumping on the first thing smoking to be part of this project is that really was sort of the mind state of what we were developing here, is what is good for the community. It's not about, just trying to line our pockets. It's about trying to make something that everyone can kind of get behind. Because just too many times, and I'm sure you've seen it too, there's been projects that broke promises to the community, did dirty things, and then laughed at the wrecked investors, like, well, you should have known better. It's crypto. And it's like, well, that's not right, man. That's not what this is about. It's about trying to create something better. So that's kind of talking where we got to here, from the different projects and finding better and better devs to work with. And till eventually, I think it was Rock was like, I would love to just release something that has all these things that he has thought of, all in one. And that's where we got the DeFi Sniperz Founders Collection.
Beautiful. That sounds very organic. It sounds, as opposed to, I think most teams I think the biggest problem is that most teams just come into space to throw stuff at the wall. They don't actually, they're not actually looking around to see what the heck there is to be fixed. It's like, what exactly are you trying to fix? And I think you guys have answered that in a roundabout way.
Yeah, I definitely think there's been a lot of gold spray painted turds coming into DeFi lately. And it's just like, throw them at the wall and see if they stick. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what this is all about. This is like, a well-nurtured baby that we want to raise up to be a walking giant in the future. But every good baby needs to walk before it runs and learn and adapt. And some of the biggest things that people need to realize is you need to be innovative and have the ability to adapt and change on the fly. And that's true not just in crypto, but in business, in your daily life, and in lots of other things you do in the world. And if you can adhere to those things, you know, you'll be a whole lot more successful at the end of the day.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So you're on your discussion about, like, you know, organic and not just throwing things at the wall. One of my backgrounds outside of crypto is instructional design. So, you know, that was one of the things I tried to bring to the table because Rock, Corby, Crypto Crazy, these guys had all the answers. So really one of the few things I could do to really offer something was, you know, how do we look at it? How do we prioritize what's the most important? How to create the successful project? Red team it by looking at, like, okay, what can go wrong? What is the probability of it going wrong? What would be the impact if something did go wrong? And how do we mitigate that? And I think the way that we've structured everything, the white paper, sort of the way that we're pushing forward, really tries to address all that. So it's not just about trying to sell the big wow right now. It's about trying to create something that does have survivability and can last and could be something to really help investors.
Okay. I like that. Anything you want to add to that, Crypto Rock? I find it odd saying yo as a first name, my dad.
Yeah,
My
thank
brain is
you for
wrapping
not
around.
calling me a yo-yo. No, I'm just yeah. Nah, man,
Well, it
that
could
was
be. There's a Yo-Yo Ma.
there you go. Nah, I love it, man. You know, anything anybody wants to call me besides asshole, we're all good.
You could call me that too if you're giving me money. My wife. Well, actually, that's like she says that more than my name.
Oh, sounds
Good
like
times.
fun. Well,
And she likes me. She says she likes me a lot, so I don't know.
I like you too, but I definitely won't go down that road.
So, go on.
Now, Crypto's really summed that up, and you know he is like an amazing part of the team. We, you know, we all work well together. That's something that's really important. And again, we're all so very unique and all bring, like I said, a different skill set to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes with a larger team, it really becomes difficult because there's just too many ideas free floating around. But with 6 of us, you know, it's just enough guys. It's just diverse enough. You know, we've all been, like I said, this wasn't like a team that we've been friends for a long time, you know, and it's like that's kind of how all this.
Do you guys have office hours, or how do you? I think that one of my peeves about, not to put you guys on the spot, but one of my peeves about the industry is that people don't treat projects more like a startup. You know, with a traditional startup, you know, Monday through Friday, you have somewhere to be. You have a designated time to work on making that startup this, blah, blah, blah. And I think if more crypto projects did that, it's understandable that with crypto, it's more global, you know. But, you know, with the advent of Zoom and Telegram and all these teleconferencing things, I think it would be much cooler, much more productive to have teams that actually, you know, have a weekly work schedule. What do you guys think about that? Are you doing anything similar?
Rock, can I get that one?
Sure thing, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
who is speaking?
Cryptos.
Okay, go on, sir.
So that is one thing we looked at. And one of the things we studied behind is sort of like the impacts on productivity dealing with synchronous versus asynchronous environments. Basically, you know, where we're all on the same schedule and can get up at the same time versus ones where we are geographically dispersed. So to counter that, we did actually create sort of an X checklist that has multiple tasks, who's responsible for each of them, where they correlate into someone else's taskings, and a place to update them. And we put it on a Google Doc. No, we're not going to share it in here, but it's out there. So that way we could each take a look at it, and it gives CryptoRock more of a control ability to be able to, wake up, open his coffee, make about like 30 trades to make a couple $100 because he does that every morning, and then pop up that sheet to see who's taking care of what while he's asleep or what needs to be done. He can update the sheet. And then we also have, synchronized times where we all try to hop on for meetings. If we can't all be on there, then we try to look at like who are the critical parties that must be part of this discussion and ensure that we prioritize the timing so they can not only be there, but be present. So, like I'm a father with kids. So if we choose a time where I'm sitting there running around, like watching three hellions tear across the living room, probably a bad time. I can be on the call, but you're not going to have my full undivided attention. So CryptoRock has been very good with ensuring that one, we meet those prioritized, benchmarks, the taskings, and the timelines that need to be done to the standards set forth. And that when we do need to have our discussions, we find the times that work best for everyone.
Wonderful. Perfect answer. Perfect answer.
That's something that, when the idea was first kicked around, it wasn't, as serious because it was just a brainstorming phase. But with the help of everyone on the team, it evolved into what CryptoBs is, basically broke down for you guys. And you're right. I agree 100%. If more people treated projects like a real startup, something, if someone was planning on opening up a business in like, let's say a brick and mortar or even an internet business, you can't just talk like once a week. You can't just, sporadically, set up a VC at 2:00 in the morning and expect people to be there. We definitely have a really set schedule, and, not everyone on the team may have the time. My kids are grown. They're both in their 20s. My girlfriend works 7 days a week, and I have lots and lots of time to dedicate towards crypto. I'm available 7 days a week. I am constantly been doing this 7 days a week for as long as I can remember. And, my goal is to continue doing that. On a funny note, I always thought that I got into crypto to have more time. It's like, I'm going to leave my 9 to 5 so I can have more time. Well, I might have more freedom, but I definitely have less time available. So, joke's on me, I guess, but I'm doing something I love. It don't feel like work. It's very enjoyable. So I'm blessed to be living the dream and, doing something that I truly enjoy doing every day.
Yeah, another day in DeFi paradise. I like that. That meme where the get up from the, I just posted it. That's my life right there. It sounds like that's your life too. Bed to computer, bed to computer, bed to computer. Sometimes you see your wife.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. For people that don't realize it, but being in front of a screen can be, mentally and physically draining. It really can be. And sometimes, no matter how strong you are, I've let my physical and mental health go to the wayside way too many times to be involved into projects in crypto. So going forward, I've been really working on life balance because people are relying on me.
You're gonna have to teach me that one.
Yeah, it's tough. It's not an overnight process. It's really not. And but I love this, and like I'm here to stay. So that's something that's important. Something else too. I don't want to I don't want people to forget. We are going to do some giveaways. I don't know
yeah.
your way of doing it, but I'm
We can
open
go
to
your
any
way.
way you want.
We can
And
go your way.
give.
I usually have a section where I ask people to pose questions, and then
I
raffle
love
there.
that. I think that's the
So,
best way. See who's actually paying attention. Yeah.
and you guys can go in the room and pick the questions, and then we'll go there. Let me unpause the room so that people can do that in the meantime. How much more time do I have with you, sir? I have a ton more questions, so whatever time you give me, I'll take it.
You will. I'm good. I'm available. I'm like I said. I'm
Okay.
here. I could maybe. Let's say another half hour at least.
All right. I have time. I'm full time crypto too. This is this is it. Or along the same lines of what you were saying before. Like I spend a lot of time at this desk, so I try to make it as comfortable and not annoying as possible. To that end, I have I put the crap around to motivate me. I have lots of accessories to stay at this desk. Good times. But being DeFi and full-time DeFi is freaking awesome. I wish it were less volatile, but I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. So tell me about the dev fees in the ecosystem, and tell me about how you guys plan on paying the team to keep it going. I'm a big fan of teams getting paid and getting rewarded. So tell me, how are you guys planning on doing that?
Sure. So there is, we have mentioned before that the prices again of the NFTs are, if you're whitelisted, there will be 50 whitelists. Your price will be 350 USDC per NFT. If you happen to not get in on the whitelist, the public will be open for 400 USDC. Upon mint, there'll be one fee coming in, and there will be a withdrawal fee as well. There is a 10% minting fee, which out of that 10%, we need to pay the team. A portion of that 10% will be broken down like this. It'll go to team pay, marketing, future development, and also to basically, and I feel like this is fair and I'll be transparent, I put out of my own pocket all the money to this point for the art, the logos, and all the work that led up to this exact point. So that 10% will be broken down into what the NFT collection cost me, paying the team for their work, and everyone on the team, will get a breakdown of that 10%. Also, some of that 10%, like I said, will go towards marketing and different things like that as well. Even though we don't, lots of people will have already said, "Hey, I have no problem. I just want to, help the community. I love what you're doing." I don't think a whole lot of money will have to go into marketing. So whatever is left over from that 10% will go into helping market the token, and that has a benefit again for the user as the NFT holder as well, because they will get 10% of supply. So that, I feel like that no matter what, it'll all stay in the ecosystem. I don't know if I can hear you. I don't know.
That's because that's because I'm dumb and muted myself.
Yeah, I seen your mouth move, and I was like, yeah, but yeah, for sure, you're good.
It has to happen at least a couple times a session. So, tell me, what of the royalties from the NFTs, like secondary market sales? Where do those go?
So let me look for the breakdown. So again, basically the same thing. There'd be a 10% royalty fee, on that. And that's something that'll probably be more long-term down the road. I really don't see anyone selling these. That's kind of not the basis of it. Really, it's like I said, I'm hoping that the people hold on to them. That's the idea of being a founder of this project. But yes, so there'll be a 10% royalty fee, and that will be broken up into, again, team pay. It will go into marketing and development. It'll also go into, games and prizes and giveaways and all kinds of different things to really just help build the community. We're also, and I'll drop a little info on you. I talked about earlier in the day that a lot of times I did giveaways and I never felt like it went to the right people. That might be unfair to say, but like I said, I feel like there's
it's completely
prize snipers, I want to call
completely.
I want to do I'm looking for a way with some of these additional fees from these team fees to build a lottery DApp that where anyone that holds one of these founders NFTs will be whitelisted in to participate in a, let's say, weekly lottery giveaway. And, we'll use some of those royalty fees to fund this lottery. Unfortunately, I don't have like exact concrete numbers because I hate promising things and not delivering. But definitely take my word for it, and people who know me, maybe if you don't, I always try to give back. Like that's the whole basis of this whole thing to me.
So the 200 NFTs, everybody holding them will get the 0.5 plus they'll get a chance to win the lottery periodically. Is it
that? So yes, they will. So yeah, there's going to be the lottery that people that are in this founders collection will be into. There will be, you'll receive, airdrops of 10% of the supply of the, sniper token, basically, which will be our community token. So they're the three benefits. You're going to get, a monthly dividend. You'll be in a DeFi Sniperz weekly lottery, and you will also be airdropped the community sniper token.
Very cool. Why? I think you've already answered that, but I just so specific on it. Why do you think people should trust you, sir? You've already answered that, but
yeah. So
tell me anyways.
Sure. It goes back to this weird thing where these other projects, let's not even talk about our projects. It's always a bad approach. The best approach to say is this. People create new, avatars or new PvPs or PFPs, whatever people call them, and they can literally recreate themselves on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, anytime to their benefit. There's something to be said for someone that's been around for a year or 2 years, and they're still the same name, they're still the same person, and they've stuck around in the community, and that's is I don't know how much value goes into that, but to me, it's amazing to see how many people do, unruly things and manage to pop up. And I've got that vibe from a whole new person that I've never met before, that I've talked to him before in another project that didn't go so well. And that don't build trust for me, but it gives me a vibe. And it literally, I know that sticking around for a long time has a lot to do with it. Time in DeFi is like, dog years. A year is like 7 years, or, a week is like a year, whatever it may be. A lot of people have different perception of time. But I've been in the space for almost 2 years now. And, as much as I possibly can, I've always tried to be honest and transparent with people. And I might not dox myself and how, you're live here on camera and things like that. And I don't I just do that because I always have that. It's a crazy world, and you never know. I don't want people knocking on my front door saying, "You told me to get in this project, and it didn't work out." That's always my biggest fear. But I always take
Mm.
responsibility for my actions. Haven't had a perfect track record with, you know, and no one that's an influencer has a perfect track record on, promoting projects. At some point, all of us have entered into a project and told other people about it, and it wasn't, exactly what we thought it was going to be. So I've always owned up to my mistakes. I've
Hmm.
always done my best to, you know, what I could to help people in return for that. And just time, man. I've been around for a while. Lots of people will, I don't know. I'd love for somebody else in the community to tell me why they trust me. I know why I trust myself. I know why I want people to trust me. I'm an honest guy. I was raised by my grandmother who taught me about respect and honesty, integrity. I was raised with morals.
I
Unfortunately,
like
a
that.
lot of people in crypto don't have that or don't care about that because it's just about the money. And don't get me wrong, I want to make money. Anyone that's sitting here that said I didn't get into crypto to make money is full of shit.
I'm
But
in it. I'm in it for the tech, bruh. I'm in it
yeah,
for the
me,
tech.
yep, exactly. I just do it for the Web3. But here's the thing: the after effect of helping other people make money is that I can make money and we can all make money. And if I'm making money, I want other people to follow along and make it too. That's the thing. It's not just about me. I want to help everyone around me grow a bag for this bull market. You know what I mean? And I always talk about not being a one trick pony. I don't push people to take profits from one DeFi project they might have followed me in and just put them right back into the next DeFi project. I want people to take some profits and diversify, buy some silver, buy some gold, buy some Bitcoin, maybe buy Solana if that's your thing. But do something besides always putting it from project hopping. You need to diversify into other things, and that's what will help you grow in crypto as well. So,
Beautiful. I think the way I try to do my AMAs, I'm not trying to influence anybody. My AMAs are a little bit different than those, and mine are long form because I it's basically you're watching me figure out the project. I'm not telling you to invest in it. I'm just trying to understand the project, and you do with that as you will. Um, and yeah, that's it. I mean, we're all big boys. Do your own research, figure out if it's for you. Don't
yep.
invest if you need the money for rent. It's not the money you should be investing with. If you have to hide it from your wife, it's not the money you should be investing with. If it's going to affect your life, you shouldn't be doing it. If you have a little extra money, $50 a week, $50 here or there that you don't mind losing, then go for it because it's still early in crypto to where it's insane how the power of how much $50 can be in the long term with compounding interest. If you have, if you've got 10 years to wait, that $50 can make so many goddamn children. It's insane. So do your own research, figure out what's good for you, and go from there. Um, that's about it.
That's
Um,
true, man.
there's some, take a look in the room, pick any questions you like. Whenever you find one, go ahead and choose. I still have a couple questions of my own too. But if you see any in the room that you want to answer, feel free. I did unpause it so that people could ask. Are you guys planning on becoming a launch pad? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, so that's like something that, again, that has two parts to it when you really think about it. There's many ways to produce income to bring into the fold, whether it's strengthening the, pool for the founders NFT or it's bringing some real world money from other avenues into strengthening the community token. But yes, we're looking to, whether it's project development, project management, or even if other projects already have the idea and they just want to come to us and launch off of our sniper pad. So yeah, that is something that we're definitely going to do. It's on the roadmap, it's in the plan, and it's another way that I'm going to, build. It's, so many people, when they hear about the project, they're focused on, what bots, what are the bots, what LP pools, or what other ways. So in the future, this sniper pad per se will have many different available options, like I said. So that'll be a portion of that money will be going back into the pools.
Okay. Any questions from the room, sir?
I'm looking. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. I just paused it too.
It's good. So we can catch up. Let's see. So Gustavo Winner, he's a sniper guy. I see him around. He says, I've been in the DeFi Sniperz community for a while. Great demand with the DeFi Sniperz founders NFT mint. My question is, does each NFT have a different title? Do you need KYC for the whitelist? So basically, if you get whitelisted for the project, well, and I want to say thank you for being in the community as well, Gustavo, but you do not need, I don't know what you mean by KYC, but I will need your wallet address, to get a whitelist spot if you do win. They are scarce. There's only 50. Half of them are probably gone already, and I still have to give some out to some other communities as well. But yeah, I will need your wallet if you win one or acquire one way or another. So if that answers your question, that's as far as does it have a different title? So there's rarities, there's all kinds of different rarities again, but the rarities are really not going to come into play at this point. I only launched this really cool idea and look and had all these things because I thought it was a really cool, like, cherry on the top or bonus, if you will, to having a really cool, project that's like a dividends pool style. So the NFTs just made it more fun. We could have easily just launched a DApp, made the minimum buy-ins 350 and 400, whitelist or not whitelist, and you could have easily just put your money and push the button. But I thought it was a whole lot cooler to get something that represented what the DeFi Sniperz was like a fun community. So that answers your question. I hope, pretty good.
Is there any is there a private room to this too? Like any governance aspects?
So
I know you touched on that earlier, but I wonder if you could elaborate.
So so I will work the project so we're an open forum community. We don't just discuss one particular project. In no way, shape, or form I will get away from that. The DeFi Sniperz Telegram community will not turn into just a one thing show. I will not just do that. This is still going to be, I will put like other projects, and it's free to talk about any project in there. But anyone that gets into this founders collection with proof of them holding an NFT, they will be in a founders chat that's limited to just those people. And there will be benefits to being into that chat as well, as, we'll take, ideas, considerations. And as we talked about before, money for like things that we do, like, say I charge for videos or I charge for AMAs or whatever I may charge for, any income that I bring in, anyone in that 200 group can reach out and say, I have a project that wants to come in. That's growing not only your bag, the dividends pool, and the community. Those 200 people theoretically will help grasp a wider audience and grow the snipers. Now, it's not necessary. They'll just, things like, newer projects I'll post there. We can vote on things as a community, and just any information will just go there first. to those holders. So it will be a cool little limited to 200 people community, plus our mods and, some of the teams. So maybe 200, 210 people for say, but it should be pretty cool. And it will be reserved just for founding NFT members.
Very cool. There's a question. There's a couple. Mesh has a couple questions. If you want to take a look at them, I can pin you. I can. Why can't I talk? I can tag you in it if you don't see it.
All right. Let's see. What's the name?
Mesh. M3SH. I will tag you in it. Here it is. At Yo-Yo Ma. All right.
There we go. I see it now. I like the zero Ponzi, but it means, in effect, that we are investing in a track record of those managing the portfolio. What can they describe of their existing track record of wins versus losses? Any concerns about bot performance in various market conditions? Is this more about reserving a seat at the table for coming bull market, where monthly gains could be significant? Any use of multi-sig wallet? Any governance aspect for NFT holders to vote on investment strategies? That's amazing question. It truly is. And I'm glad that you have, asked that question. I don't know if there's anybody else here on the team that will answer some of this with me as well, because it's definitely multi-part. But I do agree. I like the zero Ponzi aspect of it. And you truly are investing in trusting us and our track record. If anybody knows me from the DeFi Sniperz group, I'm constantly posting, trades and different things that I do, as well as other people on the team. We've had a pretty consistent record. I've had, I will say, and this is, a wide range, but this is me being honest. Do I win every trade? No. Does everyone on my team win every trade? No. I am currently up for the week on my personal investment leverage trading portfolio. I'm up 38% this week. For the month, I'm not exactly totally sure. I don't do it on a monthly. I do it more on a weekly basis. In the last 6 months, I haven't had a week in the red yet. So I want to say I've had between 25% and 350% gains per week consistently without a red week in the last 6 months. So that's pretty good, and that's what wins and losses, because again, you can't win them all. But it's really important to, and here's something that we didn't elaborate on earlier. So let's just use a number of, let's say, $1,000, because it keeps the math pretty simple. If you enter in a trade and you enter in a trade with 10% of that pool, let's say that pot, which is 1,000 USDT, let's say we're trading on USDT pairs, you go in 10% of what you have available, that's $100. If you set a 10% stop loss and that trade gets stopped out, that trade only lost 1% of the net value of what you had available. So that's not a huge loss. So if you lose 1% there and you're consistently trading for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% trades, that's a winning strategy. I'm more of a, when it comes to my strategy, I'm more of a, I want to say, scalp trader. I love to get in and get out, and I'm very efficient with reading short windows and short time periods on charts. Other people on our team, which is great because it's a totally different strategy, know how to read technical analysis, and they look at more like things like the 4 hour, the 1 day, the weekly, and the monthly. And that's not where my skill set comes into play. I'm more of a macro, minute guy on the chart that can look and see what things are happening in real time fast. Lots of my trades are in and out within 30 to 90 seconds. Do I leave money on the table? Yes. But you can't go broke taking profits in the green. And that's a safer way for me to be able to every week turn a profit leverage trading. Are we going to be leverage trading with lots of money? No. On the grand scope of things, if the total value at the beginning is like in the 60 to $70,000 range, and we only start this with say $1,000 or $2,000, that's something that's very, very small risk in the grand scope of how much money's total that we have in other investments. As far as multi-sig wallet, yeah, me and Corby at this point have it set up where we both will have access to the funds, so that, or not all the funds, but the funds that are available to be used towards the bots.
Okay.
And as far as the governance aspect, it's to be determined. But I feel that because we are airdropping you the community token, the token is what's going to give you a governance aspect, not so much the NFT. But the NFT holder will get the token, so that in turn gives you that power. So not necessarily having the NFT itself, but having the tokens if you hold them, because that's the goal. We technically don't want the NFT holders to get these tokens for free. Technically, they're getting an airdrop. We want you to hold the tokens so you hold that power in the governments. That's a part of the strategy to build the price, hoping that, founders, NFT holders, diamond hand the shit out of these tokens is a part of the strategy. And that's why it's only limited, because we know that there's 200 real supporters of what we're doing. We know that there's 200 people out here that love the idea, and that there's a lot more people that out in the community that will want an NFT and want to get in on this, but we want to keep it scarce because, you have 10,000 NFTs, you don't know who all these founders possibly could be. And we wanted it to keep it like family. So I hope that's a good breakdown. I don't know if anybody on the team wants to jump in or they're available, but that's break it down.
That was a good answer. I would love for one of you guys to elaborate if you want to.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure because I know, lots of these guys have different jobs and we've been on for a while, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm a little. I always tell people I'm slow. It takes me a while to understand things because I have to ask, long-winded questions. But I
love
appreciate
it.
you guys. I appreciate you guys indulging me the time.
I'm excited. I can hang out all day. I love talking about crypto, and I'm super excited about this project. So, hey, I'm here. I'm available. Let's do it. Let's enjoy it. So,
tell me about future injections of capital. I see the initial raise, but I don't see what do you have on the roadmap to raise additional capital. I mean, the 77K is a decent start, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. So we want to stay in that net positive scenario. So our main goal, we're thinking that we wanted to set a number in our head that's very, very, very realistic. And with this $70,000 raise, if we can, realistically go with at least a 25% a month gains, that can have a real snowball effect on the project. Like I said, but it's all the money's not theoretically just coming from just these investments. Again, the initial idea behind this was that I wanted to give back as much as I possibly could from what I was already doing. Another part of the puzzle is this, and I don't know if people are aware, but we went into the latest project that we brought the community into as a whole is Wolf Capital. and I'll use that as an example. We have brought in almost 300 people as the referrals into Wolf Capital. Our team is really big there. So a part of this governance / founders aspect is when we vote and decide that, hey, we're either going to launch this project, market a new project, which will all be voted upon in the governance of what's coming soon, what's coming down the roadmap and the road here in DeFi, and say, as a whole, as a community, we're going to be going into these projects, just like we did with Wolf Capital. So imagine the strength in numbers behind that. A new project comes down the road. It's an awesome team, a trusted team. We can go in. There's a referral bonus into the project. We go in strong. All of us go in. Let's say there's $500 in referrals. Let's say there's $5,000 in referrals. I want to put back all the referrals that I get, because that's never been my intention. I'm not here to make money off of the community. There's enough money floating around on the blockchain, whether it's in Bitcoin, in a DeFi project, leverage trading, wherever it may be, that I'm not reliant on trying to make money off of these referrals. I want to give back those referrals. That's always been one of my main objectives in the game was, that's how that games and giveaways and prizes thing came around. I was always looking to give back the referrals. They could be substantial depending on the timing, the marketing, the project, and the community. If we all show our force and go in huge on these projects, that could be thousands of dollars injected into the TVL. So that's just one aspect. Again, AMAs, we're going to have a list of services available, and it's going to range from, development, music production, graphics, stickers, and all these things might be small, like on a scale where you're thinking, well, how much money can that bring in? All the services that we offer, we're also going to bring in other people that are not on the core team that can offer services as well. People that can help build your project, help you development, and, depending on the person, we're trying to negotiate between 10 and 15% of that total fee coming back into the TVL. All that money will go into a wallet. It'll be publicly viewed, that wallet. We'll have it for the public to see it. And then on a monthly basis, not to waste gas and be sending little money here, a little bit there. When it comes time, we'll either inject that money into either one or two places. It'll either just go directly for people to withdraw, because we need to, give, people money to take out at day 30, or it'll go back into the dividends pool to grow it even further through compounding and different processes and trading and things like that. So that's another aspect to it. It's not just, I always talk about don't be a one-trick pony. I don't want to just say just bots. I don't want to just say just leverage trading. I want to put my hard work and other people's hard work to work for us in the community. This is a good way for other, content creators, graphic designers, music producers, NFT artists, anyone and everyone that wants to get involved and be on this sniper pad of sniper development. All them funds will go back into the community so we can all give back, not just myself.
Well said, sir. Well said. Anybody from the team want to add anything to that? My other question in the meantime is, can you tell us about the tokenomics of the community token?
Well,
or is that a spoiler?
Yeah, I might be a little bit too deep. Here's the thing with the token, and again, I love, my whole thing is being upfront and honest. Everything's in the process of being built. We're just still in the stage of tokens can be put together relatively fast to launch a token. It's not something we need weeks to put together the contract for the token. So we have yet to make the contract for the token, and it doesn't need to be done this fast already. We need to, the goal is we will launch the token after between 30, 45, maybe 60 days max. But we're planning between 30 and 45 days after the NFT collection sells out that we will go live with the token. Because nothing like launching a project, promising use case and all these big fancy things that people promise, and then people are losing faith. You wait too long. People launch tokens and say this coming soon, and it never comes, and the token price is so in the shitter that no matter what you bring out next, there's no saving it. So a part of the strategy is to not overwhelm people with so many projects back to back, but give utility and use case and things like that as fast as possible to keep the energy, the vibe, the flow going. That's kind of, my goal. But we're working on the tokenomics exactly so that we can come out with the right numbers. We want to fine tune the buy and sell taxes to exactly what we're going to need for future development, and yet to keep it strong enough that people can make profit. There's nothing worse than getting into a token and it has like Seifu days where it was 30% to sell the token. I don't want to do that. We need to really, we're really going back and forth voting on the exact buy and sell taxes. We want to keep it as low as possible, but it goes back to it's a lot of work that goes into this. If you really want a big successful token and project, you need to have some money for marketing. And that's just the truth of it. So, if, we make them too high, it's discouraging for the community and people get a bad vibe. But if you make them too low, it's also a fine line between the death of a project as well, because when it comes time to really spread the word, there's only so much you can do on Telegram and things like that. So we will definitely get it, fine tuned and get it out there.
Good answer, sir. Good answer. All right. So I guess take my money. Take my goddamn money already. You're aiming for a launch Monday. Okay.
That's my goal. Again, it's not set in stone, but if you notice, like in crypto lately, it's been really, if you're on Telegram on a regular basis, you really see that strategically weekends have just been really slow. And that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to choose a beginning of a week as a launch, because I feel that for marketing purposes and building up the excitement, the weekend's been really slow, especially on Telegram. So that's a part of the reasoning behind the beginning of a week launch.
Fair enough. Okay. You've answered pretty much all the questions I have, to be honest with you. Most of the questions I see here we've covered already, unless you see something that I do not, sir.
Nah, man, let's rock and roll. I've had a blast. I'm sure that we've covered everything more than once. and I'll tell you what, again, I'll say it again. It's a pleasure being here. This is very relaxing and enjoyable, and I appreciate having me here and the team. It's really been fun. This is great, and I hope to come back again. When the token comes or when more things come, I'd love to be here again. This would be great.
Yeah, you should come back and tell us how things go. And yeah, I do love the idea of the sequel.
That's it.
Anyone in the audience have any questions? You can unmute yourself and ask if you want. Other than that, it's been wonderful, sir.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. Let's give away some USDC.
Okay. I'll follow your lead. You telling me how you want to do it, sir.
So let's ask some questions if you don't mind, and we'll ask
Go
a
for it.
question on, see who was paying attention. So this
Okay.
is for 25 USDC. How much is the price of an NFT if you're whitelisted? First answer wins. Boom. There we go. Twism 165. Let me write that down. So
I will print it as well. Look at that. Paying attention. I like it. I like it.
All right. So let's see.
Why can't I?
We're going to do, let's split it up this time. Now, people, if you already won a whitelist, or you already have one, please refrain from trying to win another one. I prefer to give them the 50 unique wallets. And as of right now, there's maybe 20 plus people that have one, and maybe some of them are already here. So, all right. Yeah. Kramer. Yeah. 3 whitelists, sir. Thank you. This is the time to log into all your alt accounts. All right.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Run. All right. I'm trying to think of another good question that isn't ridiculous. Let's see.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with ridiculous questions, sir. I welcome ridiculous. I live there, sir.
So this is a question that is probably, let's go with that. For a whitelist, name at least 2 people that are on the core team. First person that names 2 core team members wins besides myself.
I can hear the New York Union.
There we go. We got 2. We got 2. There we go. Cryptobes and Crypto Crazy. Oxaria, congratulations. You have a whitelist spot. Let me write that down. So Ox whitelist. There we go.
Look at Ox Bitpool going too late. He's mean.
Hey,
that's a jerk.
I'm really excited to finally have a whitelist spot, Rocco.
That's it. I wasn't going to make it easy for you.
But I don't have a question, guys, but I gotta say that CryptoRock is one of the very few people that I completely trust in the DeFi space, especially with what has been going on over the past couple of months, over the past year even. I'm sure that he and the team, which, by the way, I know the team very well, all trusted guys that I have been working with throughout other projects. I can only say that they're going to do something amazing. And Rocco, you guys have my full support, and I'm sure that you guys are going to go to the moon.
Thank you, man. And also, again, congratulations on Wolf Capital. I'm loving it. And, we showed up. We're all DeFi snipers, and we showed up, and, we've been crushing the game over there. So thank you.
Okay, so but I still don't know what Wolf Capital is. You'll have to send me some info on that, sir.
I will do, for sure. It's an amazing project by, Ox is the dev over there, and a gentleman named Travis is the owner of the project, and it's really good. So who knows? Maybe I can get these guys over here. Maybe they can get an AMA. That would be amazing. People would love it.
Okay.
Hey, as a completely shameless plug, I have quite a few Medium articles on them and also the DeFi Sniperz team for them. So you can, this is Cryptobes again. You can just look me up and read all about them.
If you want, if you'd like, you can send me a link to your Medium, sir, and I will post it for you.
I would be happy to.
Do me a favor, Cryptobes. We're going to give away another 25 USDC. Okay. Ask a question in this voice chat to the community to win the money. I know you're good at that.
Yeah, but you know that I really like to go back to who you are. So, I mean, I kind of want to ask what I asked in our chat over the weekend. Do you think that one will be too hard?
That's kind of, well, yeah.
Nah, I know that, but make it so that it's something that I said today to make it more of an even playing field for the community here. I don't want to just make it so that people that are just in our group that are not, you know what I mean? It has to be something I said today.
I approve.
Yeah, okay.
I know it's hard.
Why is it that you chose to release the minting of the NFTs the way you did? It was one of the questions that you were asked directly, like why you didn't use a format like OpenSea, and I thought you did a really good job answering that. So what was your reasoning for addressing the NFTs in the method that you did?
I like that. You'd be fun at like a puzzle game, sir. I'd like to play you Words with Friends. You look like you'd be fun to play that with.
I'm all about that. You know, the greatest thing is my wife is a hell of a lot smarter than me. So anytime I lose, I just hand her the phone.
Yeah.
I think we have a winner. I like the answer. Mesh said because we wanted to be DeFi's best kept secret. I think that's the winning answer.
He wins. You know, like you mentioned, he wins a lot of crap here. That fucker. Forgive my language, but I think people, like, somebody DM'd me the other day and was like, "Why does he win so often?" And I'm like, maybe it's because he pays attention.
I'll give him a choice because he is paying attention, or her. I apologize. Do you want a whitelist? Do you want a whitelist? Or do you want the 25 USDC? I'll give you the choice. Mesh, if you're listening. He's smart. He took the whitelist. There we go. So we got Mesh as the whitelist. All right.
Well,
there we go.
Here again. I was going to give up one anyway. He remembered me on the team.
Okay, so you're going to give him both? I like it.
We're giving them both?
No, I was saying I was tempted to give both.
I would vote. I would vote for both. I would vote for both, but I'm
I can't hear you, Corb. You're breaking up a lot. But did you hear him or no?
Barely. But I would vote for both. Not that for what my vote is worth.
All right, we need. If you're not breaking up, Corb, you wanna jump back in, or?
I can try. So.
Yeah, you're breaking up, sir.
My body. Yeah.
Yeah, you're breaking up really bad. All right, let's see here. All right, so we still have Twism 165 won 25 USDC. Oxaria won a whitelist spot. Mesh won a whitelist spot, and you want to say 25 USDC. Let's give out another 25 USDC just so we have 4 winners. You know, let's spread the love around a little more and have some fun. So,
all right, I like it. I like it when people win money.
Yeah, me too, man. Definitely.
I like being selfish that way because I like giving away shit because I would be a Mr. Beast because that shit turns me on to give people shit. It's weird.
Yeah,
I know, but it does.
I never thought about that. I'm like you. I want to be the Mr. Beast of DeFi. That's a great idea. We need to team up some more, bro.
It's the best way I can think of to be selfish, and I like that good feeling.
So I'm gonna put it on you. I'm gonna put you on the spot. You're
Oh,
you're
God.
responsible for the last 25 USDC giveaway.
Oh, Lord.
How do you want to do it?
Let's do something dumb. Hold on. Where's that emoji? Where's that emoji? Where's that dumb emoji? Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm looking. If somebody
Get ready. Get those fast fingers out. The only other thing is
I found it.
You can't win twice. So if you're ready
Okay.
one,
Okay,
this
so
is for someone new.
How about dice? Help me pick here, please. One of these three. One of these three that I just posted. Pick one. Dice, slots, or darts. Help me out here.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do? Pick it in the group.
Yeah, pick it in the group, please.
It's up to you guys.
Dice.
We see dice, always dice. Yeah.
Darts. Okay. I'll take like 2 more votes. But you have to say something though.
Yeah. You can't keep rolling the dice. You gotta say dice, darts, or the other one.
Oh, I don't even see the. Why is my DAP not working?
Yeah,
Sluts.
Kramer.
Sluts. All right. So what do you think? Dice?
Yeah, apparently that's the one.
Okay, so cool. So let's say the first person that rolls a 6.
All right, start now. This is the game. It started now.
All right.
What's the top one? The first person rolled the 6.
Yeah. Somebody already did it. I can't see it on my screen.
Yeah, so I wrote start now as soon as you said it, and the very first person rolled a 6, and it was L's, ELZ.
Okay,
right.
Can you tag that one?
LZ.
Before first one, let me see. I see.
There we go.
Why is Telegram acting so dumb? Am I
frozen?
It's
always. Telegram is the biggest rug in the game.
Okay. Yeah. If you forward that message, okay. Stop with the dice. Stop with the dice. Stop with the dice.
Yeah. The winner is Els Kramer. Thank you. It's Eliza Obala. Thank you. So as of now, Twism 165, 125 USDC. Els 125 USDC. Mesh won a whitelist and 25 USDC.
That best.
And Ox won a whitelist. So since we did 3 25 USDC prizes, we might as well give out one last whitelist. Why not, right? We're here.
Why not?
We're having fun. If you've managed to stick around till now and listen to us, have fun, and you're still here, you deserve another shot at winning another whitelist. Why not?
All right. You pick this time. I don't like thinking.
Yeah. So I am going to, let's see, what was one of the most, give me 2 seconds, guys. I want to go on to my computer real quick. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Take your time.
So I want to. So, all right, this should be an easy one. So, being that there's going to be 200 NFTs in the collection, the first person that posts what each NFT's percentage of the dividend pool you will receive, what is that percentage? Next person wins, that's listening and paying attention, wins a whitelist. There we go. It's go time. Oh, no. You missed it, go time. I'm sorry. I thought, it's Bitpool. You are the winner. It is 0.5% of the pool. So hang on. Let's see.
I like it.
There we go. You couldn't have won again anyway. Mesh, you already won 2 prizes today.
I guess
he
the
wants
3
to
in
win
his
them
name.
all.
Yeah, but I mean the 3. He has a 3 in his name.
Yup.
The trifecta.
There we go. So, if you guys want to DM me your wallet addresses, I will get you entered into the whitelist and list you on there. If once you guys get in, again, anyone that purchases one of these limited 200 NFTs, you will be entered into like we talked about earlier, a private group that is just for founders NFT. So it should be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Had some fun. We gave away some USDC. We gave away some whitelists. I've gotten to know you today, and it's been a blast.
I stand informed, sir. I didn't know very much before, and now I know just about everything, I think, except the spoilers that you won't tell me, but, I'll just have to hold a grudge about that.
Yeah, man. Don't get too mad at me. I want to come back.
Yeah, I like spoilers.
After this, I'm going to grab some lunch and get back to work on the project because it's literally just been nonstop. So take a little break, eat something, get back to the wheel, and make sure everything's going smooth. Again, we're on the test net. Everything's been going smooth there. I'm in the works right now because, one of the questions that I always get that we didn't get today is the when marketing, sir. Marketing proposals.
What is marketing? What is marketing? I see that question so many times. What is marketing? Honestly, what is marketing to you?
Really, it's just the best marketing in the game. There's nothing better than having a strong community because, no matter what, you could pay thousands of dollars to these mega YouTubers and have no one invest. I've seen it happen so many times. So marketing is really, word of mouth is so strong. That's one of the biggest keys to this. So if you believe in what we're doing, if you plan on getting an NFT, if you really want to get involved with what we're doing, I ask you, please spread the word. Tell one person. If everyone here tells one person, they tell one person. The less, the projects, the less they spend on marketing, and the more that you keep into the TVL and into the project, it's better for everyone. So we will have some influencers making some videos. There might actually even be a video or 2 out right now. People were saying they were going to make some videos. So we'll definitely do some videos, and, it's going to be fun.
If you guys have any of those videos, feel free to send them to me, and I will post it for you.
Sort of thing.
Thank you again for being here. I look forward to talking to you and your team again. It was quite informative. Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate it. I really do. Thanks for having us. It's been a blast.
All right, let me turn off the recording. 1 second.